back, episode 2 of the Star Wars that you don't know. I'm Mark, aka Silken Spirit, or Chwenar. I should probably pick one of those, huh? Anyway, episode 2, this one is going to be on Darth Bane and the rule of 2. Darth Bane, probably the most important person in all of Star Wars history. He legitimately is probably the reason. I mean, he's not the reason the movies exist, but if you look into lore reasons that the movies exist in the way that they do, he's the reason. It's him. He's the one who did it. Darth Bane. That was cool. I have cool little I have notes this time. I mean, it's still off of memory. This is still off of memory, and I want to remind everyone this is. Oh shit! Missile incoming already. Get out of here. Okay, I'm good.
We need to press the attack.
This is all of my memory, and this is not like this is not the full stories of everything. This is just sort of a synopsis so that people are aware of, what exists in the what exists in the Star Wars universe outside of the movies. Maybe things that things that Disney doesn't want anymore involved, which is fine. If whatever they want to do, obviously they own it now. It's their thing. But I don't want them to just be lost. I don't want the stories to be lost. So that's why I sort of bring up the topic. So anyway, Darth Bane. Darth Bane is known as Sithari. He is basically like the prophecy of the Chosen One that the Jedi have, only it's for the Sith. They have like the Chosen Sith, and the Chosen Sith is going to change how the Sith operate and make them great and powerful. And for the most part, that's what happens. Actually, no, straight up, that is what happens. I don't remember the exact philosophy, like wording or whatever, but oh shit, we're gonna lose. Can't do the shield. Okay, so Darth Bane was originally a miner on some backwater planet, in the Outer Rim, and he ended up killing a Republic ensign in the military. And instead of getting arrested or anything like that, he ran away. He had help from a friend in the mining colony. He ran away. He went up to join with the Sith Brotherhood of Darkness. At this point, the Sith were basically donezo. This was at the end of the new Sith Wars, which lasted 1,000 years, and basically we had peaks and valleys of Sith power. And this was the lowest valley. I'm gonna have to focus and not die real quick. Can there be no more grenades? So the Sith Brotherhood of Darkness, it's not even the real Sith. They're sort of like an organization that's trying to be Sith, but they're really not. Why did that not? Okay. Going this way. So Darth Bane first was just sort of a soldier. And then he became they realized he was force sensitive, and so they made him into a Sith. They started training him as a Sith. Oh man, how did that not kill him? But he had conflicting, ideas, thoughts, everything. And so he had issue with some of their sort of teachings, and he lost faith in them. He lost faith in the Sith, in the Brotherhood of Darkness specifically, not necessarily in the dark side. He was still fine with the dark side, still fully believed in the dark side. He just didn't believe in the Brotherhood of Darkness. He thought they were shit. Whoa, how did this turn? So he left, and there was still the new Sith Wars going on. This was the end of it, and what was going on was the Rusan campaign, which all the remaining Sith Lords were on the planet Rusan, and basically they were. Oh, kill him. Okay. They were on Rusan, and they were fighting against the Jedi Army of the Light. The Army of Light was winning. This was like a 2-year battle, basically, that was going on. Okay. So the Brotherhood of Darkness is losing pretty bad, and Darth Bane has gone and he's done some research, and he knows of this Sith ritual called the Thought Bomb. Holy shit! Ugh. No turbo laser for you. Oh, but then it makes my regular shots so shitty. Okay, so they have the Thought Bomb. So he comes back to the Sith, to the Brotherhood of Darkness, and he says, "Hey, I know how to win." And they don't trust him, but they do trust his technology, his research, his whatever. And so basically they're like, "All right, you know what? Sure, whatever you say." There are so many enemies over there. He's like, "Whatever you say, let's do it." But then they think that they trick him, and they send him away. And so they're just going to do the Thought Bomb themselves. From what they can tell, they're going to survive the Thought Bomb, and all the Jedi nearby are going to die. Jedi are like, getting close to the point where they're right at, the cave that the Sith are hidden in. And they're like, all right, well, they're going to survive. All the Jedi are going to die in the area, in like the quadrant of the planet. It'll be cool. It'll be no problem. Thing is, Darth Bane tricked them. And Darth Bane was the only one who knew how to survive the Thought Bomb. And he did. He also gained power all over everyone when they all died. They did the Thought Bomb, everyone dies. Like, everyone. Ah, almost. One shot. The remaining Jedi who didn't die, they were like, "Oh, well, you know what? I can't get in there." They're like, "You know what? All the Sith are dead. We're good. We won. There's no more Sith in existence. This was the last of them. We won." And so they take off. And they're like, "All right, we're good." Darth Bane is the only surviving Sith. He ends up finding a small child, small female human child, and he names her Xana. She becomes Darth Xana. That's his apprentice. And those are the only Sith that exist anymore. Because now, Darth Bane has instituted the Rule of Two. The Rule of Two states that there are two Sith. There's a master, there's an apprentice. There's no more. There's too much infighting within the Sith as it is. So we're going to get rid of all that. There's only going to be two of us. Eventually, the apprentice will become stronger than the master. At that point, the apprentice should kill the master and take over. That is the apprentice's job as apprentice. Therefore, every apprentice is going to be stronger than every master. Eventually, you're going to have, the two most powerful... Whoa! Eventually, you're going to have the two most powerful Sith ever. So it should be no problem for them to rule the galaxy. The whole mentality of it. And so, Darth Bane and Darth Xana start out. They start doing their thing. That was really bad aiming on my part. Xana begins to, be trained in the dark side and everything. And so it's been like, 10 years later, and Bane feels like he's unsure if this is going to work. So he wants... over there too? He wants a way of transferring his knowledge. He wants to make a holocron. You know, those exist. They're normal. They haven't been made in a long time. And he wants to make one so he can transfer his knowledge to the next line of Sith Lords. You know, after Xana, after whoever. Jeez, man. So he ends up going to Tython, because Tython is the only place with the knowledge that you need, you know, in order to figure out how to make a holocron. Tython's also the home to the Jedi, so he sort of has to like sneak in and sneak into the underside of Tython, and you know, and get the knowledge. Xana ends up getting discovered, and the Jedi follow her back to where Darth Bane is. She's a little bit ahead of them, and she knows, so she tells Bane, but it's basically her fault that they got discovered. They use some Sith trickery, and they end up... I can't even fight against that, we lost, okay. They use some Sith trickery, and they end up taking one of the... Oh man, if I'm third best on the team, we know we had a pretty bad team go. Yeah, that was a bad one. So they trick the Jedi into thinking that another person who's there, like a healer of some sort that they captured, they trick him into thinking that he's the Sith Lord. So the Jedi kill him, and they're like, okay, good, Sith are gone, we're good. And they're like sort of, you know, Bane and Xana are hidden in the dark side. But Bane gets what he wants ultimately. He gets the ability to make a holocron, gets the information he needs. And he moves on. So now, fast forward another 10 years. Now Bane is concerned. He doesn't feel like Xana is strong enough to ever overthrow him. He feels that she's just too weak. She's never going to equal him in power, and the only way she's going to beat him is through the same infighting ways that he wanted to eliminate in the first place, when it came to the old Sith and all that. So he looks into ways to prolong his own life. He wants his own life to continue, you know, beyond natural causes of death, so that she can't, you know, take over from that. And so, you know, that's what he looks into, and Xana knows this. Xana finds this out, and she thinks of it as betrayal, because she feels like she is eventually, maybe not right now, but she is going to be strong enough to take over the Sith and to defeat him and all that. So she gets pissed, and she wants to do it now. On the planet of Prakith. I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't even be able to pronounce it. I still can't. On the planet of Prakith, Darth Bane is looking into, you know, ways of extending his own life, and so he gets captured. He gets ambushed and he gets captured by assassins on Prakith. He's tortured. He's
Take the control point. Hostiles in the zone.
Well, I want to get rid of this. Oh no! No, I am too high. So he's captured and tortured. Xana's the one who set up these assassins. So it's basically like she understands, okay, this is me against him. I have to beat him.
We have lost a control point.
And so, you know, that's why she started this. That's why she started the assassin, you know, set the assassins after him and all that. Me being all like, who's shooting at me? So anyway, during his capture, he finds out that one of the assassins is force sensitive. I don't remember her name. But he finds out she's force sensitive, and so he convinces her. He says, "I can teach you the ways of the dark side. And in exchange, I need you to help me get out of here." And so she accepts, and she becomes known as Darth Cognus. And she is the apprentice. Oh, the apprentice temporarily to Bane. I say temporarily for a reason. So they escape after a battle with Xana. Bane is too wounded from the torture and all that. He can't really hold himself up against Xana right now, and so they have a fight, and she gets the upper hand, and he manages to escape. Him and Cognus. Oh man, come on. So
We're gaining command of a
they escape. They go to the planet of Ambria. I don't know anything about Ambria except that that's where they end up, heading to. I cannot see in there at all. On Ambria, basically Xena follows. Xena follows him and finds them on Ambria. And once again, they have a fight. Except this time, Bane can't escape. And Bane ends up losing, and he dies to Darth Xana. Now, Xana, rather than look for her own apprentice and just kill Cognus, she takes Cognus on as her own apprentice. Whoa! So now it's Xana and Cognus as Xena and Cognus are the Jedi and the Sith. They're the new duo, the new Rule of Two duo. Oh, get out of here, man. 3 health. But anyway, the Rule of Two obviously is still in effect. Now, Xana is sort of power hungry and doesn't care too much about Darth Bane, but Cognus feels like Darth Bane sort of saved her and brought her into a new life. And so no matter what, she wants his teachings to be remembered. So later on the line, when Xana dies and Cognus takes over, Cognus takes on a new apprentice. I can't remember his name. But her new apprentice didn't see eye to eye with the Rule of Two. He thought it was too constricting, and so she said, "Well then look, leave. You're done. I refuse to train you if you're gonna circumvent Darth Bane's rules. Because Darth Bane is the one who created these, and he's the smartest Sith that ever existed. You follow his lead."
Vader has arrived. He'll make us invincible.
Heads up, we've got company.
I feel like I'm gonna get ambushed any second right now. I have to focus so I don't die.
We are capturing a control point.
Contested. Somebody's... too many dudes. So Bane's legacy basically is the Rule of Two. And now this is close to 1,000 years before the movies even... there's no way. There's so much in the open, I couldn't avoid that. But this is 1,000 years before the movies exist. Okay? So, for 1,000 years, the Rule of Two continues. It's away from the Jedi's eyes. The Sith are able to gain knowledge, gain power, gain strength, without the Jedi being there to check them, basically.
We are taking possession of a control point.
I got your back, Vader. Got your back. Oh.
Hostile troops inbound.
So like I said, the rule of two exists. It continues all the way through, you know, the movies, the time of the movies, and the Galactic Civil War and all that. The one person who I guess circumvents the rules the most is Darth Sidious. But as he circumvents the rules, because his master was Darth Plagueis, and Darth Plagueis existed and still lived and everything, and Darth Sidious had his own apprentice called Darth Maul. And so he may have circumvented the rules, but he ultimately, you know, succeeded because of it. So it's not like it was the worst thing in the world for him or for the Sith. It was sort of the right time, I guess. They got enough power that they were able to avoid that missile. They got enough power they were able to, you know, use to circumvent the rules and to win, because, you know, they needed the manpower at that point, basically. They needed a few more people, and they were gonna take over the galaxy. And they knew that at that point. Hence why the circumvent of the rules. Now, obviously, Sidious didn't want to be apprentice, he wanted to be master, so he killed Plagueis in between episode 1 and 2. And then he took Tyrannus as his apprentice, or Count Dooku, rather. Come on, up the thing. Man, we're in so much trouble. But ultimately, the rule of two succeeded. You know, Darth Sidious ended up getting the apprentice that he needed, Darth Vader. Oh shit! You know, he got his apprentice, the one that's going to ultimately succeed, help him, Darth Vader, and he succeeded in his journey, you know, his objective of, you know, taking over the galaxy. Ultimately, the rule of two succeeded, and Darth Bane is to thank for it, for ever existing in the first place. Without Darth Bane, Sith probably wouldn't have existed for a while. After the new Sith Wars, all the Sith were basically killed. There literally were no more. I'm in a bad spot here. There were basically no more Sith that existed. So, whoa, there's so much explosion.
Boba Fett has arrived. He'll provide valuable support.
Hey. Oh, hello. Oh, thought I was far enough away. But yeah, basically, without Bane, the Army of Light would have, you know, they would have won. They would have beaten the Brotherhood of Darkness back on Runan, and the Sith would have existed. You know, they wouldn't have existed anymore. Now, it may not have been, you know, forever. You know, the Sith may have eventually resurfaced, but at least for a while, the Sith wouldn't have existed. For a long while, and therefore the entire events of the galaxy could have been different without Darth Bane. Darth Bane literally is the reason that the Rule of Two, therefore, you know, the movie's storyline exists. And I think I am literally the reason that we're about to lose this game, because I have done so bad. What is this power up that I have 10 seconds to use? I already have a power up. Alright, well, these were a couple crappy games that I've played, but I hope that you understand a bit about Darth Bane. Maybe you like him, maybe not. There's obviously plenty of stories, well-written stories. Wow, I shouldn't be in 4th place. You know, go read some. They're awesome. Learn more about Darth Bane. You know, learn about other people that I might have talked about in other episodes, or even people who might just interest you that you run across. Anyway, until next time, until next episode, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. My name is Mark, once again. Silken Spirit. And I'll be back next time. See you then.